A lot of opportunities were created for different great men in Israel. But God didn't identify with the people of Israel as God until Moses brought a mindset that enabled him to fellowship with the Spirit of the Lord. I want to ask you a question before I look at 33:20 of the book of Exodus. If you meet a woman after this service or a man, and the man spoke to you, can you, from abundance of his word, know where he's speaking to? Can you be able to know whether that word contains faith or whether that word contains doubt? And can you be able to know how to relate with word according to where they were spoken for? Now hear me. It was a blessing for Moses to speak from a given place. That was why his word was definite. Don't trifle with a man that sees something from a definite place. In a short time now, I am going to bless you too much. Moses was asking God. He said, Baba, we are not going to take the risk of going to promised land if you will not be with us. God said the being with is the being with of a place. The difference between Moses and Isaiah, between Moses and Ezekiel, between Moses and Micaiah, was that God revealed himself to Moses from a place and asked him to speak what he's seen. That is different from just a prophet. God doesn't give prophets place to speak from. That is why they function from upon and then get themselves involved into dark speeches that make them to make mistakes sometimes. I think I should help you. Now, did you, excuse me, can I help you with something? Do you know why God had to depend on the word of Moses to raise the people of the law as a tabernacle? And then Moses had boldness, that is the temerity to say, if a prophet ever rise in Israel and say anything contrary to the law, he said that prophet should die. That is too much of authority. That is the power of a place. The day God asked me to write books and preach from a place, I made up my mind that I'm not going to live my life in a cheap way. Let me help you more. Let me help you more. Over 400 and about 408 books. I have not contradicted myself one. You see, because if you are seeing something from a place, you are seeing one thing. And there is no mistake in it. Seeing something from a place is different from inspiration or upon spirit. (33:20) verse number, Exodus. And he said, thou canst not see me, for there shall no man see me and live. 21. And the Lord said, behold, there is a place by me. Now, that place there was not meant for Moses. It was a place of God meant for something that looked like God, that is Spirit of the Lord. But the Spirit of the Lord was in Moses. I say, and thou shalt stand upon a rock. 22.
And it shall come to pass while my glory passeth by.
Yes, and I will cover in a clip of the rock.
And I will cover thee with my hand while I pass by.
And number 23.
And I will take away my hand.
And I shall see my backside.
But my face shall not be seen.
My face shall not be seen. Now, that is the place Moses spoke from. He spoke the word of that place. Remember that he saw backside. That means, do you know what it means for a man to see part of God? Before Moses, there is no man before Moses that saw any part of God. He spoke. That is why he spoke eternity past. The back of God represents eternity past. That is why Deuteronomy, Genesis, Leviticus, Exodus, Numbers, the Pentateuch, they were perfect books, spoken from a place. And then God gave Moses the authority of that place, gave him the power of that place, gave him the covering and protection of that place. It was being in that place in 7:1 of Exodus that made Moses a god. Being in that place. In Numbers chapter 12, the Bible says Moses beheld similitude of God because he spoke from a place. How many preachers in Nigeria and around the world understand that the word of God should be preached from a definite place? The word of God. Now, the word of the law revealed was the word of the law was spoken from the backside of God. So it represents the backside. So people of Israel were people of backside. That makes it definite. The God of Israel was a God of backside. But they were a people. But because they couldn't have been a people if God didn't identify with them through a path. Let me go on. The lion spoke from the right hand of the majesty on high. That is a different, the lamb. The lamb. Many, many years after God gave Moses a place, he gave Jesus another place. I say he. And the essence of the place is three things. Raise the people of a place from word of a place and give them destiny of a place. Hebrew chapter 8:1. Raise people of a place. People of. I want to ask you who is hearing me. Where do you really belong? Since you were born, have you ever been engulfed with a sense of belonging? Sense. This is where I belong and this is where I want to belong. Have you been engulfed? It took me so many years to understand belonging. But that was my security after I understood it. Because confusion died. If you look at chapter 8:1 of Hebrews, and now of the things which I have spoken, this is the sum.
We have such an high priest who is set on the right hand of the throne of the majesty in the heavens.
Please keep it. The place of that particular high priest is at the right hand. It is from that right hand that he declared grace and truth. Grace and truth is an ideology